Hello, I'm CammyG, and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World daily update video. So we're going to cover all of the daily updates for mission rewards, llamas, all that stuff like that, so definitely stick to the end for all the good juicy rewards. We have some V-Bucks today, so I'm going to start on the llama store. So if you look at your x-rays, obviously always worth checking your upgrade llamas. As you can see here, we've got a gold one, which will give us a legendary survivor, and a trap, which is very useful starting out. Legendary troll stash for the limited llama. Obviously, in this case, if this was my ult, I would probably buy this, to be honest. I know 500 tickets can be a lot, but for a mythic lead, which is so rare, definitely worth checking out if you are unsure whether you've got decent rewards in there. Mainly just be looking for mythic leads, to be honest, if I were you. But obviously, it's up to you. And then if we go to our daily quests in dungeons, we will see that it's a grotto mission today. So for that one, just make sure you're checking for nature weapons as you go through for that boss fight at the end. This is quite a difficult one. I'd probably say it's the most difficult, in my opinion, from what I've played so far. But just a general reminder here that as we come to the end of the season, dungeons is a great way to get some heroes that you can't get in any other way. For example, Swamp Knight there, and there's plenty of gold rewards here, so definitely be checking those out if you can over the next week or so before they do reset. Now, for the missions, we'll start off in Ventures because this is where everybody can level up to the top, regardless of what area you're in. So 4-player, 140 there with huge pure drops of raindrops. We've got, a few legendary and stuff there. Here we have a triple epic perk up and a legendary perk up with no modifiers, so it's not going to be too difficult. But yeah, overall, nothing too crazy to call out here, just a few, legendary perk ups and epic perk ups and a hero there, Tank Penny, if you are interested, which you can actually get in one of the other areas. Now, Stonewood will make our way through fairly quickly as well. Nothing crazy in here either. I mean, schematic XP you can get quite easily in Ventures if you're not doing that anyway. And then outside of that, there's a few, here and there. 26 pure drops of rain is pretty good in Stonewood for that type of mission. But outside of that, there's nothing really worth doing or any decent weapons or anything like that. So we'll move to Plankton, which is where we have our V-Bucks. And we also have an upgrade llama. So let's go ahead and try find all of that good stuff. So for the 4-player missions, we have not really useful there, Survivor XP, which you can get fairly quickly on pretty much anything. That's a bit too difficult for what it's worth. And then we should have an upgrade llama around here somewhere, if we can find it. On the 28, quite a lot of 28 missions in this area. Must be hidden away somewhere, but yeah, there's a upgrade llama somewhere. But the V-Bucks missions are in Plankton as well. So if we go higher up, just checking these 4 players as we go through, of course, because they can often give some really good rewards. As far as weapons go, there's nothing too crazy. We've got some min reward llamas there, which is a great way to get gold. So definitely check that out if you're needing, gold for the shop before it resets. Copper Helium Shotgun, pretty decent there as well, but there's our first V-Bucks mission in Plankton, so there's 30 there, and then another 35 up here. So 65, if I can even add up right, 65 V-Bucks, both in Plankton, and that's all the V-Bucks you're going to get for today. As far as Canny goes, nothing too crazy in the ways of, mission reward. No crazy traps, weapons, anything like that, or legendary survivors. It's all pretty tame. Wouldn't really recommend that mission just for the survivor XP. It's not really worth it. That's not too bad for the perk up, but there's plenty of other ways you can get that. If you are in the Canny area, obviously feel free to look through these yourself in more detail on the individual missions. I'm just going mainly through the 4-player here, just because there isn't really anything to call out, as I say, on the just regular mission alerts. You can find some good stuff, like this one, for example, is pretty decent because you get lightning in a bottle and perk up. But outside that, mainly for this type of thing, 3-minute reward llama there, good for gold as well. But mainly Twine Peaks is where it's going to be at. for those sort of limited rewards. So if we go to the very bottom, there is actually a decent weapon, the Copper Huskbuster. So this is probably one of the better shotguns in the game, in my opinion. Very fast firing, fast hitting. Range is pretty average. But yeah, I definitely back that shotgun. So if you haven't got that and you're at this point in Twine, then, check that out. We have a few more weapons and stuff, but 4-player there with 266 reperk is quite a lot of reperk if you want to get that going. But we do have, if I get further down here, somewhere around here, we can find the little devil as it's hiding away. We should have... I think we might have gone past it again. Ah, there we go. It's in the Hunter Titan, a Copper Stormblade. So this is another great... This is one of the best swords in the game, I'd say. So if you don't have that and you are a sword player, me personally, I'm not, but I'm trying to be unbiased here. Definitely check that out if you're in the market for a new sword. Over here, we have Ceiling Drop Trap and the Copper Clacks. Great combo, easy mission to do. You're getting epic perk up, legendary perk up. Definitely run that if you can. It's a great trap if you don't already have it, and that melee is also pretty strong. So, 2 for 1 there. We go further down. Over here, we have a Wall Dynamo, legendary as well. So if you haven't got that by this point in Twine, maybe you've been speedrunning, fair play to you. Definitely get that. It's a great trap because you can put it energy, which does obviously huge damage to elemental husks, whereas most of the other traps are either nature or physical. You can get nature on Wall Dynamo, but I would recommend doing it energy. Then we have a beautiful weapon reward down here. So look at this, 2 shotguns. Both are, well, the helium shotgun I'm not a personal fan of, but the vacuum tube shotgun is great. You're getting legendary perk up, and look, it's a build the radar grid. You don't have to kill any enemies, you just have to build a few radars. Definitely get in there if you can, obviously, if you're high enough in Twine to be able to do that. Then over here we have, not that one, it's not too bad, but we have a lead survivor here in the 116, legendary lead survivor, always worth getting. And then if we go right up into the 132 area, we should have 2 more survivors up here. So there you go, legendary survivor and legendary survivor. So check those 2 missions out if you are struggling, if you want, you've got plenty of rare epic survivors that you want replacing with legendaries. There you go, there's your missions. That's pretty much all there is to cover. We can go to the top, the very top, obviously 348 reperks, decent for that. But if we go to the very top of Twine, definitely worth doing that Cat 4 if you are good enough and you have a good team. Going in with randoms might struggle, but it's good rewards. Wow, that is a very good, obviously it's 160, so if you can handle that, you're going to get a lot of perk up. Probably wouldn't be bothered doing that one, definitely not that one. That's not worth it. But the Repair the Shelter could be worth it. 4 times legendary perk up is going to give you a crazy amount, and Repair the Shelter is a fairly easy mission. Comparatively, obviously, it's a 164 player, so you're going to struggle, but, it's only 4-minute defense. So, yeah, there you go. Pretty much all there is to cover. As I said, just a quick reminder to anyone who's still watching at this point, the cram session is going on for about another week and a bit, and the dungeons as well. They are only in certain seasons, so if you want to get these rewards, you haven't got them already, definitely check it out. It's great for gold. So is the cram session great for gold, so that you can get your loot in the item shop. Any heroes that you don't already have, obviously, or weapons, even if it's just to fill up the collection book, they will be gone for a year, so definitely please check that out if you can. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you found it useful. Obviously, I'm here to tell you what sort of missions are great to go for, what, the daily refreshers, all that sort of stuff. So please do leave the feedback in the comments. But thank you for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in tomorrow's video, hopefully. Cheers!